the 500-day heat bulb durability test is complete. Finally, it took over 500 days. Here's the results. So welcome back to yet another 2 Minute Tuesday. We're going to try and do this video within 2 minutes just to see what actually happens, to see whether we can do it. Now, most 2 Minute Tuesdays don't normally last 2 minutes. They're normally a hell of a lot longer, but I'll try anyway. This is a new series we're trying, so if you want to see more of these little videos, we're going to be doing tutorials, information, just general bits and bobs. Let's stick 2 minutes on the clock. Let's go. So in any of my videos, have you actually ever seen this flashing and wondered what it actually is? Whether you've seen it in this, like this in the background, or whether I've been talking about Hugo or the Carlson Glow Boa. And can you see about here? It's flashing in the glass, the reflection there. You ever wonder what that is? Well, that's the heat bulb test. We have this, it's our boa constrictor, and it's set on a pulse proportional thermostat, so you can see the heat bulb just up there. Now we've had 3 different brands of heat bulb in that. Now we put one in, let it blow, it could take a few days, whatever. I expected this entire test to only last 100 days. All of them have outblown my expectation, and it took 500 days for these 3 bulbs to actually blow. But we stuck one bulb in there, turned it on. Now it comes on full power until it gets to the right temperature. You can see the probe just there in the back corner. Now, when it blows, we write down all the details we need to write down. We've counted, to an extent, how many pulses the light's actually on. Now, what you need to think about, it's probably lasted longer because the bulb's not coming on at its full power. It's coming on, heating up, going off. On, off, as you can tell. So, that's probably why the bulbs have not blown as much. But either way, we've ran through 3 different companies. These are the results. Here we go. Now let's run through the general gists of it all first. I've wrote it all down. It's all in a log on my phone, but I'm using my phone to record, so I can't really go into it too much. But we've counted the pulses per minute and times it by days and years. 34 pulses per minute. That's what that does right now. Now we checked this in the autumn, so the temperatures were just cooling down. Now obviously it's a pulse proportional thermostat, so in the winter it's going to pulse a lot more or stay on a lot longer, and so there is a variability within this test. I just want to put that out there, full disclosure. But 34 pulses a minute, 2040 pulses per hour, 48,960 pulses per day. Then there's a big number here. I'm not good with big numbers. I think 17,870,400 pulses per year. That's 365 days. Anyway, right, so the first one we tried was a Pro Rep bulb, simply because that was my go-to bulb. You go down to my local shop, my local Reptile supplier, and they're the bulbs that are all over the display, and they're the cheapest bulbs you can buy. Because I'm a big fan in abdicating proper Reptile bulbs. A lot of people use halogens and stuff like that. I don't, simply because these have got the testing behind them for the UVA output, which is a visible light output for your reptiles. Now UVA goes into the deep tissue of the various reptiles, and yeah, that's why I advocate proper Reptile bulbs. I don't know how much validity is behind that, but that's just the way I work. So the Pro Rep bulb, 100 watt Pro Rep bulb, that went in on the 8th of March 2018. Got it all wrote down now. I got it off my phone and wrote it down, so you'll see me doing a lot of this. Anyway, yeah, that lasted 108 days. That blew on the 24th of June 2018. Now, big number time. 5287480 pulses. I should really put the dashes in to make this easier. Let's try it out. 52,840. No, that's wrong. 5,287,480 pulses. I can be good. Anyway, yeah, great benchmark to start with. 108 days, absolutely blew my mind, that did. I can stick Pro Rep bulbs in with Hugo, my Savannah monitor, and they blow fairly quick. So it was a durability test. Now, as I said, it's not set so they come on and blast on for that long like your bearded dragons and stuff. This is just on a pulse, just to abdicate hard work for the bulb. On, off, and so on and so on. So I figured this would be a great test. Anyway, we moved on then to the Arcadia's 100 watt. Now this is a slightly more expensive bulb. I think it's only a couple of quid more expensive. But I thought more expensive should be more durable. I'll give that a go next, which I did. That went in on the 24th of June. it lasted 150 days. I mean, that was mind-blowing. That's a bit more than the last one anyway. That blew on the 21st of November 2018. 6,854,400 pulses throughout the lifetime of that bulb. This is amazing. Proper mad knowledge this is. I don't know what started me doing this whole test, but I figured why not try it? Do you know what I mean? Why not try it? Then I got in touch with, or they got in touch with me, Reptile Systems. You've all heard of Reptile Systems. If you haven't, they're in all of my shows. I met them at the shows. I never knew they were a company to start with. But I met them at the shows and I was just talking to them. You can tell they're passionate about what they're doing because they just talk and talk. And every time you throw an answer at them, bang, they come straight back with a response. And it's quite good. So I thought, you know what, I'll add them to this test and I'll try it out and see what happens. So back in November's Doncaster show in 2018, I picked up one of their 100 watt bulbs. How long did that one last? 219 days. I didn't get the pulses on that one simply because I went through the winter with that bulb, so it would have been more, or it would have been on for longer time each pulse, and so I didn't get the pulse rates for that one. But that come out on the 18th of June of 2019. The 18th of June, 219 days like this. It lasted through the winter and the spring. How amazing was that? Anyway, that went on the 18th of June. So I figured, you know what, I don't want to finish it here because we're not quite at the 500 day mark yet. I want to make it to 500 days. I've come all this way, why not? So I got one of the Exoterra's bulbs, one of their 100 watts, and I put that in there. That's what's in right now, but it's not really reliable because I've got two bulbs. I picked up two just because they were on offer. Buy one, get one free or something. So I picked two bulbs up. It went in on the 18th of June and it blew today on the 18th of July. It's the 18th of July now. Now, do you know why it blew? Only lasted 30 odd days. We had a power cut last night and I think it sparked that bulb to blow. So that's not part of the, I'm going to keep that out of the durability test, the Exoterra. I've got it in now just because I've got to go out and pick up a CHE bulb for it to put it back to normal. So I'm not classing that in the durability test simply because it blew, because of the power cut. And I say that because a few of the other bulbs blew as well. One of the UVBs have gone, or one of the starters in the UVB have gone. That bulb blew, and one of Hugo's bulbs blew. So I'm not really counting that. But yeah, so we're going on the three bulbs that we went into. The Pro Rep, 108 days. The Arcadia was 150 days, but Reptile Systems was 219 days. Hopefully you guys have took something out of this. I know for a fact I'm going to just be using Reptile Systems bulbs from now on. I think my next test, similar to this, might be with their CHE bulbs and just see how I go with them. But yeah, the 500 day durability heat bulb test is complete. I hope you found some information out of that you like. Anyway, I'll stick some links in the description below if you want to go and follow them and check them out and whatever. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Peace out.